So today we're going back to the Wicklow Mountains via the Wicklow Gap. We're going to do a loop around, grab some breakfast, head southwest to Cashel, and it's another beautiful day. So let's see you on the road. Our route today takes us back to the Wicklow Mountains to the Wicklow Gap, having done the Sally Gap yesterday, and then we're going to head back to Blessington for a coffee stop before heading southwest to our final destination of Cashel.
Nobody needs to know, surrender to the grief. Nobody needs to know.
And so 30 minutes later, we arrive back in the Wicklow Mountains. The road at the Wicklow Gap crosses the mountains at roughly 470 to 475 metres above sea level. It's one of the highest road passes in Ireland. And on an exceptionally clear day apparently, you can see across the Irish Sea to Snowdonia in Wales. This area of the Wicklow Mountains was once a rebel stronghold. After the 1798 Irish Rebellion, fighters who continued resisting British rule used the Wicklow Mountains as a refuge. One of the most famous was Michael Dwyer, who carried out a guerrilla campaign from the mountains. The British response included building the Wicklow Military Road, which we rode in episode 1, that allowed the troops to penetrate the mountains much more easily. The road allowed troops, horses and artillery to rapidly mobilise into rebel-held territory, effectively destroying the sanctuary of the hills and starving out the remaining resistance until Michael Dwyer's eventual surrender in 1803. And now it's time to leave the beautiful Wicklow Mountains and head to our coffee stop in Blessington.
Heard you moved on, got a new man, someone to call you home. Hope you know I haven't been the same, baby, since you've been gone. Feel it coming when the sun goes down. I see your face when I close my eyes. I blame it on the night, I blame it on the light in this lonely bar. Thought what we had was right. We've been through this 100 times before. Our light went out so long ago. I forget it's hard to see in the dark, so I blame it on the night. I blame it on the night. Like a shooting star, we burn so bright, nothing could bring us down. Why is it so hard? Fix a broken heart, one more drink to drown you out. Been in the dark for way too long, I still hear you in every song. I blame it on the night, I blame it on the light in this lonely bar. Thought what we had was right. We've been through this 100 times before. Our light went out so long ago. I forget it's hard to see in the dark, so I blame it on the night. Yeah, I blame it on the night. Blame it on your touch, your kiss. You're the one thing that can save me
flat white and a chocolate croissant.
A very good chocolate croissant at 82.
Well, that was Brew 21, folks, in Blessington. Highly recommended if you're travelling through this area. Great flat white and the best chocolate croissant I've ever had. Brilliant. Anyway, now back on the road to Cashel. While riding through Kildare, we came across signs for the Gordon Bennett route, which surprised me because in our language the term Gordon Bennett is often acts as a kind of mild substitute for a stronger swear word, but this isn't named after an actual person. So what's the connection? Well, the real person was James Gordon Bennett, a wealthy 19th century American newspaper publisher and international playboy, famous for his lavish lifestyle, wild stunts and scandalous public behaviour. He was best known for owning the New York Herald newspaper, but he spent much of his later life in Europe and became a major promoter of unusual sporting events. In 1900, Bennett donated a trophy for an international motor race, the Gordon Bennett Cup. And on the 2nd of July 1903, the Gordon Bennett Cup was held around Kildare and Carlow. Britain's cars were painted emerald green in honour of Ireland's role in hosting the race. This is widely regarded as an important step in the origins of British racing green. So there you have it, Gordon Bennett. And so about 4.5 hours later, we arrive in Cashel. It's an historic town in County Tipperary, famous for the Rock of Cashel, an iconic hilltop medieval complex. With a population of around 4,800 people, it served as the traditional seat of the Kings of Munster. But right now we just need to find Bailey's Hotel, which I believe is situated somewhere along the main street. And so here we are. We just need to find out now where the secure parking is. It turns out it did have secure parking in an underground car park, but it was about 50 yards away. Bailies of Cashel.
Isn't it funny how your priorities change? Look at the first thing we noticed.
What, you mean the air conditioning? Frankly, I don't care about the room. All I care about it's got air conditioning. And it's actually nice. It's got a tub and shower, etc. Lovely
Nice
big
big
bed.
bed.
Yeah. Yeah, great with Wicklow Gap this morning. And then had amazing coffee in
Croissant and the name of the
Blessington.
Blessington, that's it.
If you're ever riding in this neck of the woods and you're going through Blessington, stop at the Brew 21. Brilliant place. And it's been hot all day, hasn't it?
It's been hot. It's about 24 degrees now and it's just about 3 o'clock. It's due to cool down a little bit later on, but it's so nice to walk into the cool room after the last 3
My
that have
God,
been cooking.
best invention in the world, air conditioning. And who would have thought we'd need that in Ireland?
But the countryside and the weather and the people,
Yeah.
just fantastic.
Fantastic.
So we're looking forward to having a rest, getting
Yeah.
cleaned up and going for
Guinness o'clock.
Guinness o'clock.
So, see you soon. Well, Guinness o'clock again, folks. And look at this weather.
Another fabulous day.
We're in Cashel. And we're just on a hunt for some beer, and then we're going to go for an Indian after. Here we are. Where'd you come in after you've had 2 pints of Guinness?
When you're in Ireland, to an
In
Indian
India.
restaurant. We've been to the saffron Indian cuisine,
Yeah.
like you do when you're in Ireland.
Look at that. Yes. And you know what a great meal. That was a brilliant Indian.
Brilliant meal.
If you're in Cashel, highly recommend it. If you fancy an Indian, go to the Saffron, what is it?
Saffron Indian cuisine, and
Yeah.
very, very reasonably priced too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good value. And now we're just gonna, oh look at that, sunshine. God, you can't believe we're in Ireland. Could be in Spain. God, thank God for global warming. Anyway, let's go back. I might fancy just one last
Nighttime
Guinness.
Guinness.
One last Guinness before we turn in. So here we are, just outside our hotel, deciding to have a quick nightcap. And the sun is just setting behind us. Beautiful. Loving Cashel. Some kind of spritz, and of course the mandatory Guinness. There we go. And you got one of those spritzy things.
Yes.
A blood orange spritz.
Try it.
What's it like?
It's good.
So if you're passing through Cashel, would we recommend a stay at the Bailey's Hotel?
We'd had a lovely ride through some beautiful scenery on our way from the Wicklow Gap via Blessington to the Bailey's Hotel. Cashel is a busy town, and Bailey's, graded 4 on booking.com, is located on the main road and a short walk from all the shops and cafes. Our room was number 207. It was bright and spacious. Ireland hasn't typically been one of the places we would hope for a colder room, but the weather was uncharacteristically hot and our previous nights were pretty uncomfortable. So we were delighted when we saw this room had air conditioning. The hotel guide boasts 62 channels on the wall-mounted TV. We could only find 5, which really wasn't a problem. The bathroom had a shower over a large tub, and there was plenty of storage space in both the bedroom and the bathroom. It was the first time on our trip that our accommodation was cool enough for us to enjoy a bath, but as neither the plug in the bath or sink worked, the shower was a decent second choice. The restaurant on site is very popular and was already fully booked when we arrived. We were offered a table at 5:30, but that was a tad early even for us, so decided to give the local Indian restaurant a try. Breakfast was included in the room price and offered the usual hot and cold options. The entrance to an underground car park, which the hotel shares with other businesses, is about 50 yards down the road. There isn't an unloading space at the front of the hotel, so we stopped on double yellows for a few minutes and hoped the local Garda would be understanding. The parking was safe and secure with lots of free spaces. The staff at the Baileys were very friendly and helpful, as we've come to expect on our trip to Ireland. And even though Bry felt the Guinness wasn't as good as he'd had elsewhere, we'd recommend it as a comfortable and convenient stay over.
And so after a very pleasant and air-conditioned stay at the Bailey's Hotel, it was time to hit the road and head off to Bantry. This was our route today, and to be honest, it was more of a transit day to get down to the west coast and all the great roads, and it was going to take us just over 4 hours.
Give satisfaction, no. Help me, grab his right arm. Help me, I'll take the left. Oh, help me, interrogate him. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Oh, can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience?
At this stage we've been riding for about 3 hours or so, and it was getting pretty hot, so we were well overdue for a coffee stop.
The wave. Hey, all this fake news. Tell me, what is the use? Tell me, there's no more compassion. No. Come and find me under these layers, among these taxpayers. There's no satisfaction, no. I said, help me, help myself, forgive me, down from the shelf. Oh, help me, dislocate. How big is your love?
Suitably refreshed after a decent coffee, we pushed on in increasing heat for the final leg to Bantry. And in fairness, there wasn't an awful lot to see on this route. It was just a question of getting to Bantry and finding our hotel, the Maritime.
How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave. Hold on, he will break you and me. We will go there.
And so at the end of a long hot day, we finally made it to Bantry and the Maritime Hotel, a place we'd stayed before on our very first Wild Atlantic Way tour. So we knew it well, and we knew it was a good place to stay.
How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience?
Well, here we are again, folks. We're back in Bantry on the Wild Atlantic Way. It's beautiful weather again, and we're back at the Maritime Hotel, which we stayed in before when we did our first Wild Atlantic Way. It's good to be back, and we know a nice pub, which, would you believe, might sell some Guinness and some beautiful seafood. Oh, it's good to have the underground parking, so it's so cool. And Sue's managed to bag us a room with some aircon. So happy days. Lovely big bed. Lovely view of a tree. Yeah.
Oh, and a coffee machine. All is well.
Yeah.
The world.
Have we got a shower? Let's have a look. Yeah, a shower and a tub. Oh, it's a bit too hot for that, but this will do nicely. So that's it. All we got to do now is get changed, download the footage, and go out and explore the lights of Bantry. So we know some good pubs. So we should be all right for Guinness tonight and some excellent food. And
The aircon's working.
Hurrah! Catch you later. So we're going to wander down into Bantry, find a nice little pub, and grab some Guinness. And whatever the lady likes. Sitting outside in the heat, gin and tonic, and a glass of the black stuff. Perfect. So what have we gone for as a change?
Chowder.
Seafood chowder.
Seafood chowder. And then chicken skewers afterwards.
Bantry seafood chowder. And who we're bumping into at Mort from M&R Motorcycle Tours,
Thank you, Brian.
who we saw on the ferry. We thought you'd be long gone by now. We thought you'd be up the west coast by now. So
Well, recommendation from you a few years ago. That's why I use this hotel with our tours.
so where are you going next?
We head back to the ferry now tomorrow.
My God, already?
Yeah, we've been here. It's a 6-day tour, so it's a day out, day back. But then in between we do.
So where
4
have you been?
We do all the passes. We do.
Have you done the pre-sleep?
Yeah, we did pre-sleep today.
Is it good?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
We're doing it tomorrow.
It's not far from here, you know.
So what's the best time to do that?
Pre-sleep's quiet. The only thing you got to avoid is the rabbits.
I can do rabbits.
So the pre-sleep is bumpy with potholes and grass in the middle.
Oh,
So you have to pick your line. The wife says, why are you making any videos? Why is it so long for you to make a video?
Because we have to work.
We all do. Come on.
It was great to bump into Mark again, and he gave us some great tips for tackling the pre-sleep.
And so after another great night in Bantry, it was off to bed.
We didn't do a review of the Maritime because we've done one after we stayed there back in 2022. Bryce put a link at the top of the screen if you want to check out what we said.
Well, good morning, folks. Another great night in Bantry, didn't we?
Yeah, lovely.
Beautiful food. We'll look up to another great day. Nice and sunny and pleasant. That'll be cool. Today we've got a big day. We're going to do 2 passes. We're going to do the pre-sleep and then hopefully the Healy pass. Stop in Kenmare for lunch, off to Wicklow Gap and finally end up in Killarney. So that's the plan. So,
See you on the road.
see you on the road. So after a great night in Bantry, we set off fairly early in the morning because we got an epic day's riding to do. We were planning on riding 2 of the great mountain passes in Ireland, and the first stop was going to be the pre-sleep, followed by the Healy Pass, and then to Kenmare for a coffee, before finishing off riding through the Killarney National Park for an overnight stay in Killarney. What a day's ride it was going to be. So what exactly is the pre-sleep? Well, it's a steep, notoriously narrow mountain pass rising 463 metres high. It's the highest pass road in the province of Munster, and it's famous apparently for its stunning views, challenging driving conditions and local 17th century folklore. But more of that and exactly how it got its name later. And so this is the official start of the pre-sleep, as it says, narrow, steep mountain pass road. And so by all accounts this was going to be a cracking road, and the real reason we're riding it is because we bumped into Dave Perry from Really Good TV at this year's ABR Festival, and we said we're coming back to Ireland for the 4th time, and he said this is a road you must ride, it's one of my favourite mountain passes. And interestingly, when we spoke to Mark from M&R Motorcycle Tours, he also said that this is his wife's favourite mountain pass in Ireland. So obviously an opportunity too good to miss. And we were really hoping it was going to live up to expectations.
So with glowing recommendations, we were really looking forward to experiencing the pre-sleep. Until that is, we met one of our Irish subscribers at the ABR, who told us we were frankly bonkers for even considering this highly dangerous and scary route.
So it was with a mixture of apprehension and excitement we climbed the pass.
The road itself actually wasn't too bad, we've certainly ridden worse. A bit of loose gravel and potholes with a scattering of farm animals and rabbits, and some pretty steep drops. But it was the blind summits along the single track that we needed to be conscious of.
Yeah, meeting a 4-wheel vehicle coming the other way on some of the steeper parts might prove a little bit challenging. It's an enjoyable ride, but it's certainly not a road to ride and enjoy the environment as you're riding through it.
In fact, it wasn't until we got back and looked at the footage that we realised how stunning the scenery really was.
You've really got to concentrate and keep your eyes focused on the line. Mark was right, you've got to pick your right line, deciding which side of the grass in the middle of the road you're going to take. And I can imagine if it was rainy or wet, this would be a completely different proposition, especially with that grass right down the middle. And as ever, the action camera footage doesn't do it justice, because some of the climbs and dips are much steeper than appears on the camera. And so, before we get to the summit, let me tell you why it's called the Priest's Leap. Legend has it that a priest escaped pursuing the soldiers by making a miraculous miles-long leap on his horse from a mountain ridge into West Cork, near Bantry, would you believe. The priest was travelling on horseback with the sacrament and was hunted by soldiers, and his only way of escaping was to make this miraculous jump. He was cornered at a high cliff edge near the summit. The priest urged his horse forward and the animal leapt an incredible distance across the mountain gap. Well, that's some horse and some leap. The exact spot where he's supposed to have taken off is actually marked by a cross. And after riding in amazing sunshine through beautiful countryside to get to the top of the Priest's Leap, by the time we arrived at the summit, the cloud really closed in.